Hi, and welcome to my old school blues song breakdown for the month of July 2015. And this month's lesson we're going to take a look at a song called I Don't Play by Little Walter. And the objective of these lessons is to go through and learn the different guitar parts and find some things that are useful or can be useful in one's own playing, or if you want to copy the song or cover the song, you can do that too. This song, I'm going to break it down really into two parts. There's a basic rhythm part, a double stop figure that's played throughout the song, and there's also a bunch of different fills that are played in between the verses that Little Walter sings, and each one of these fills has some really cool ideas in it that you can use in your solo playing or in lots of other ways. I'm going to start out just showing you the basic structure of the song, including a bass line that I'm not sure if it's played by guitar or if it's played by the bass throughout the song, but either way, in itself, it's a really cool idea that you could use for an instrumental, or maybe you're playing this song and you don't have a bass player, a second guitar player could play this. The tune is an F, and so we're basically playing over the first position bar chords of the F, B flat, and C. Just a 1, 4, 5 song. And the song starts out, the bass line that I was telling you about. Let me show you that first, and then we'll go over the double stop. So the bass part goes like this. To start out the song, and then throughout the song, just keeps going and going. And what I'm doing with that, when I play it in the F, it's different than when I play it over the B flat and the C. Starting on the first fret of the 6th string, which is the F, then I'm going to get the open 5th string, and the 3rd fret of the 5th string, and then the 1st fret of the 3rd string, or the 4th string rather, and the 3rd fret of the 4th string. And I'm going to hit the 1st fret of the 4th string twice. And then when I come here, I'm going to play on the B flat, starting on the 6th fret of the 6th string, which is B flat. This time, I'm going to go to the 5th fret of the 5th string to the 8th fret. And then the 6th to the 8th on the 4th string. And again, that note's being hit twice. Back to the F. Then when I play over the C, I'm starting on the 8th fret of the 6th string, and I'm just playing the exact same pattern. Then to the B flat, the 4. And that bass rhythm is played throughout the song, or can be played, and you can throw in some variations. And if you listen real carefully, he does some little variations. Whether that's bass or guitar, I really can't tell. I can look on the recording. There's probably a bass on it with the Chess stuff. This was recorded on Chess Records. Now the other part, which you first hear in the introduction, and the introduction goes from the 5 to the 4 to the 1, like this. And into that, he starts this. And that little double stop pattern he uses throughout the song, whenever the song goes from the 5 to the 4 to the 1, and then also over the 2 harmonica solos. So let me show you the riff, and then I'll show you how it's used. So starting out, going in the introduction, playing over the introduction. So we start over the C. And the first note is the bass note on the 4th string, so it'll be the 10th fret. So, you actually don't play that the first time. You do, I think. So it's... And so the starting point is the bass note on the 4th string. And we're going to do this double stop where my first finger is on the 8th fret of the 2nd and 3rd strings. And And then very quickly I'm going to take my second finger and hammer on to the 9th fret of the 3rd string. But I'm going to pick the 2nd string, so it's a double stop too. And I'm going to hit that twice. Then I'm going to flatten out the ring finger on the 10th fret, 2nd and 3rd strings. And then I'm going to do this typical blues double stop. A lot of times you hear it, something like that, but this time he's going to go real rapid picking, so it's like this. I'm using my 2nd and my 3rd fingers. I'm going to slide in from the 10th and the 11th frets. My 2nd finger is on the 10th fret of the 2nd string, my ring finger is on the 11th fret of the 3rd string. And I'm sliding to that position, which is really a C7. I put my pinky in there. You get that C7th lick, but I don't want the pinky in there, just the 2nd and 3rd string. And so I'm going. And then back to the 10th fret with the flattened out finger, double stop. And then the B flat, exact same lick, and then the F. And when he wraps it up, when he gets to the stop, he does some different stuff. He does some different bass, like bends on the 3rd string and different patterns. You have to listen to the song and you'll hear some of those. But basically, over that introduction, he's playing. So he's going from the 3rd fret of the 3rd string to the 1st fret to the 3rd fret of the 4th string. Like this. And then he goes into the first verse. Now when he gets to the harmonica solos, he's going to play that riff all the way through, the 1, 4, and the 5, all the way through the harmonica solo. So let me play one of the harmonica solo verses for you here. That's all he plays. If you listen carefully, it sounds like he starts each lick on the bass note. So in the first position, bar chord F, that's going to be the 3rd fret of the 4th string. And then when he goes to the B flat, it's the 6th, 8th fret of the 4th string. Up to the F, or down to the F. And then 10th fret of the 4th string, that's the C. And that's what he plays. Now there's one point toward the end of the song where I'm pretty sure I'm hearing him, instead of, when he gets to the 5, the C, instead of playing this, sounds like he's playing a chord. And that is a C7. And all I'm doing is taking an A7 and scooting it up 3 frets. So my first finger is barring strings 1 through 4 on the 5th fret, and then my ring finger is going to get the 6th fret of the 1st string. So instead of playing the double stop, he's just going to play this chord. And then when he gets to the 4, the B flat, he goes back to that. And that is the rhythm part that's played throughout the song. So breaking down, and that's the thing that really makes these old chess cuts so cool, is the way that the guitar parts interact with each other and work together. And just, it's like perfect teamwork between the two guitar players. And in the next part of the lesson, I'm going to show you the fills that are played throughout the song. And this is really cool stuff. Lots of different ideas for single string runs and bends and some really just neat stuff that you can use when you're playing a solo or like he does his fills. I'll be back with the second part of this lesson in just a little bit.